If you see a woman waving a red marker, that's Penny Casselman. She's a high performance coach, a speaker who helps people stop settling for fine and start creating a phenomenal life. She's passionate about sharing her message with audiences and clients across the globe, inspiring them to embrace a red marker moment. That collision of clarity, energy, and confidence, it changes everything. Penny, can you see your clock watch your alley?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, well, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Rosie, for that introduction. I am thrilled to be here with all of you because you and I are very similar. We're podcasters, we're storytellers, we're communicators, and you understand the power of words. And today, I want to explore what brings those words to life. What's underneath the words is something you might not think about as deeply as the phrases that you choose. It's what's happening in your body as you speak. Because here's the truth. Before your audience hears your message, they feel your energy. And that energy, it starts with your physiology, not your microphone. Today, we're going to explore how to align your body and energy so that your voice doesn't simply deliver the content, it transmits confidence. Podcasters often focus on editing, equipment, and eloquence. And those are all great. Yet none of that matters if your energy is flat, your posture collapses, or you're holding tension that tightens your tone. You can hear it, right? That difference between someone reading lines and someone who's fully alive behind the microphone. That difference is physiological. When your body is open, your breath deep, your energy elevated, your words carry authority, warmth, and trust. And when it's not, even the best content will fall flat. As a high performance coach, I spend an entire hour with my clients diving into energy and embodiment, how they generate their physical state to support their goals. And today I want to give you a simple framework, one that you can practice immediately before you hit record. And it's the 3 P's of physiological presence. The first is posture and how your body sets your tone. The second is your physiology, your energy, how you prime your state of being before you speak. And the third is projection, how your breath, how you articulate and focus to deliver your message. The first P is posture, which is the foundation of your voice. If you're sitting slouched at your desk, chin down, shoulders tight, your voice literally compresses, your airways narrow, your diaphragm can't expand, and your tone loses power. Try this little mini practice with me. Simply say the phrase, "Welcome to the show," using your normal posture, what you have right now. Now, I want you to try this with me. I want you to sit tall in your chair. I want you to roll your shoulders back. I want to make sure that your chin is level. Feel that open space? That is your sound chamber. Now, be honest. Drop a me in the chat if you just found yourself making an adjustment as I describe that. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. Me. Now, say that phrase again. Shoulders back, sitting tall. Welcome to the show. Hear the difference? That is not your microphone. That's your body. Posture isn't about looking good for the camera, although that certainly helps. It's about sounding confident through alignment. I tell my high performance clients all the time, don't wait until you feel confident. Stand confident. You see, your body sends the signal first and your mind follows its lead. Before every podcast or presentation, I would challenge you to ask yourself, what posture would confidence choose? The second P is physiology, the energy that you create. And this one's my favorite because energy is everything, especially when no one can see you. If you've ever listened to a podcast and thought, wow, they sound tired today, you were right, because the microphone never lies. The good news, energy can be generated. In high performance coaching, I teach that energy isn't something you have, it's something you create. Your body is a power plant. It doesn't wait for energy, it produces it. One day I hit record on my podcast, Pivot with Passion, and after 5 minutes, I stopped and thought, something feels off. And it hit me, I hadn't moved all morning. I was sitting at my desk in front of my equipment, focused, getting prepped, and I hadn't even had breakfast. My voice sounded flat, so I stood up, I stretched, I did the exercise I just shared with you, rolled my shoulders, aligned my body, kept my chin up, and instantly my tone shifted. When I listened back, I could hear the difference in my voice. My words had more life, and the only thing that had changed was my physiology. Now, here are 2 go-to rituals that I use before I hit record or start a coaching session. The first one is called Body Breath Reset. I stand up, I shake out my hands and arms, I roll my shoulders, and I bounce in place. And I do that 20 times. I bounce while just breathing through my nose and clapping. I know it may seem and sound absolutely ridiculous, but here's what it looks like before I do it. "20 times. Do that, and it wakes up your entire nervous system, and it helps open your voice. You're generating energy. The second thing that I do as a ritual is I put my hands to my heart. I take both hands and press them together and push so that I really feel my ribs and my heart. And I remind myself why I'm showing up, because what you think is what you transmit. And often I think serve, support, and inspire, because I want to embody that before I speak. Think about what 3 words you might want to convey before you hit play and record next time. Because your audience will feel it. When you speak from an elevated state, your voice carries magnetism. You literally transfer emotion through the airwaves. Now that your posture and your energy are aligned, let's talk about the third P, which is projection, which is letting the breath lead. Projection isn't about volume. It's about breath and intention. Your voice rides on your breath. And when you speak from your throat, you can tire very quickly and start sounding tight. Yet when you breathe from your diaphragm, low and full, your tone becomes rich, resonant, and confident. Want to test this? Right now with me, put one hand on your belly and one on your chest. And don't worry, no one's watching you breathe on camera. Take a deep breath in and out. When you did that, did your belly move more than your chest? Because that is diaphragmatic breathing. That is your power source. When you speak, let the breath lead your words, not chase them. It's like surfing. Your breath is the wave, and your words simply ride it. When you do this, you project not just sound, you project presence. Now take a moment and think back to your last podcast or maybe your last Zoom meeting. What was your energy like? Were you breathing deep or were you rushing to get thoughts out? Were your shoulders open or were you hunched over as you spoke? That reflection is where awareness begins. And awareness is where mastery starts. So let's bring it all together and recap the mic check for your body. First is posture. Are you open? Shoulders back, spine straight, chin up. Number 2, physiology. Do you feel energized? Are you intentional with why you're showing up and the message that you want to deliver? And third, projection. Are you breathing in to the present moment? Before your next podcast, presentation, or Zoom meeting, run that 30-second body check. That is all it can take. It's your reset from hobbyist to authority. Because your words matter most when your energy supports them. And the best communicators don't simply speak to be heard. They speak to be felt. As you head into your next recording, remember, your microphone does not create connection. You do. Your body, your energy, your breath, that's where your message begins. And maybe this is the day that you stop relying on your words and start leading with your presence. It's those small intentional shifts that redefine how we show up. And today, that can be as simple as taking a pause before you begin or hit record and ask yourself, is my posture in alignment? Am I leading with my breath? Am I showing up intentional with how I want to convey my message? Because those small choices that you make every single time that you hit record compound into massive presence over time. When you align your physiology with your purpose, your voice naturally becomes your power. Thank you so much for letting me share this space with you today. Here's to the stories that you will tell, the energy that you will share, and the presence that you'll bring every time you step up to your microphone.